Hi everyone, and welcome back to Kundarak for what's going to be our level 4 episode of Dawn of the Duergar. Hope I've pronounced that reasonably correctly. I figured for this one, as it's usually a part of my leveling journey, and I didn't want to forget about it as I have sometimes in the past, we do the lower level Kundarak quests for the banking favour. I am a bit under level for doing that, but I like to go on afterwards and do Three Barrel Cove and the Fey expansion area. And by the time I've done that, I'm miles over what is needed for this area. So I thought, let's just get it done and benefit from the banking space further down the line. Let's take you through some of the changes since last time you were with us. I've taken 3 levels of Dragon Lord now, which has enabled me to go up into here in the Dragon Lord tree and also into the second tier. So these are important because this has given us our imbue, which you need to toggle on the bar. We've also got haste boost. All the essentials are in place now. The Dragon's Roar, which is a kind of muted version of what you get up at the top, which is probably, I don't think many would disagree, one of the most let's call it one of the most powerful abilities in the game. If you want to say overpowered, that would work too. But for now, it's still a decent ability down here for some CC. And we've also got our trance. This is why this tree is so compelling, in my opinion. In many builds, you have to dip outside of your original tree for at least one of these elements, but here we've just got everything. We don't need to go, like, say, in Vistani for haste boost because it's here. We don't need to go elsewhere for the imbue, that's there. And we've got a trance in the tree as well. Those are like the 3 main pieces. Plus we've got the, we don't need to go elsewhere for the boost up to our critical profile. That's in the tree as well, and to great effect. So it really is very strong, that. So yes, we've taken all the major building blocks to start us off in here. Still going with the rapid slash in the Vistani tree. As mentioned already, we're not using the Dwarven War Axe at the moment. Being as we're just hitting single targets, it wouldn't really make sense to do that, going up the single fighting line. I do plan to put 20 or so points in here come the end build, and I hope to show that there are some decent synergies with what we're trying to do. Not least the 20% bonus to helpless damage, which will go terrifically, I think, with the Dragon's Roar and all that goodness. Right, we've put our Reaper points on for level 4. So a little bit more on the tactical DC. Very nice double strike boost there, which is really going to help us. We can chain the haste boost and double strike, and also the rapid slash double strike boost to really make a mess of the opponents. Some more on reflex save. We don't yet have evasion because we've only got 1 level of rogue still. The next level will be rogue. It did come back to bite me when I couldn't find the traps in the what's it called, bookbinder rescue in the marketplace. So that was a bit of a rough time, but I hope to rectify that with a level of rogue coming next time. Right, quick look at the updated gear. Got some nice gear to show you. A lot of it from the newish chain. What's it called? It's in Wayloon, the level 4 chain, Night Brigade. Fall of the Night Brigade, I think it's called. So I think it's a good bet that any level 4 stuff on here probably comes from there. The pick of the gear for my build, at least, is this Agatha's belt. 4 strength, Ram's Might as well. I think what Ram's Might gives 2 strength and 2 damage, doesn't it? I think so. That's 6 strength overall, another 2 damage. So for the tactics and the damage side of things, this is amazing. Plus, we've sneaked in a little gem of melee power there. For those of you who didn't know, in the later um, produced content in the game, they've moved on to this sun and moon augment system. So they're replacing the 3 and 5 piece set bonus system that you had in, say, Shan and Feywild, and well, every expansion up till and some standard quest packs as well, up until I guess up until Mistranna came out, and then we moved on to these sun and moon augments. The painful side to that is that you need to hunt down the augments to be able to benefit from this mini set bonus effect. The good side to it is you're no longer tied into these 3 and 5 piece set bonuses. I mean, the number of times I would complain about um, equipping a character with what was essentially a useless to them 3 piece set bonus just to get the very strong bonus from that set. The items themselves were lukewarm at best and at worst just useless to the build. So now you can tailor things a bit more to your own requirements, which is nice. So yeah, I've thrown a profane melee power on there. I think this is that good for our build. We may end up wearing it right the way to the heroic cap to 20. Sailcloth Cloak from the Salt Marsh. I think I've just kept that on there for the Deadly 3 because the other stuff is duplicated elsewhere. But nice item that. We will be using the epic version of that. The Salt Marsh stuff upgrades to epic level 20, so excellent for your early epic set bonus, and the items themselves are, in my opinion, very good. So for epic leveling, they're terrific. Dead easy to upgrade with the Salt Marsh Hay. That's another one from the Night Brigade. Very decent item. Accuracy, armor piercing, double strike, and again some melee power on there too. We can stack the two together, if you're wondering, because that's a solar slot and this one is a lunar. So we got 10 extra melee power. There is a 5 double strike as well to throw, and I haven't got it on this gear, but that would have been nice too if we had it. Another super item, not least because it's such a low level, but it's giving us 14 minutes of Night Shield clickable, so magic missile immunity. Amazing item at this level. We've got the profane natural armor slotted in there. That's kind of neither here nor there. I just threw it in because I had it. Fortification and con, both very nice. Con's duplicated, a bit of defense. Force absorption would have been nice if we were doing anything Mithranna related with all the force damage the Nothics start throwing around. Boots. Speed isn't bad for extra attack speed. Movement speed we've got covered by our upgraded Quiver of Alacrity. Gloves. A bit on the sneak attack side of things. Now, I don't think we can get sneak attack at the moment from our Dragon's Roar. We're going back into the helpless and non-helpless. I think Dazed is not classed as helpless at the moment. So the Dragon's Roar at the moment, we're going to say, doesn't cause helpless. Neither does our trip. So at the moment, we're not doing too much on the sneak attack side, I don't think, but hopefully that'll come. Very nice ring for the lower levels. Now at the moment we're kind of cheating. We've upgraded to this excellent dagger, which I think comes from Three Barrel Cove Wilderness. And it's got some thing. It's a bit buggy, isn't it, this system? We've got deadly blades and some Sacred Fist stuff on there from a previous life I'd done. And neither of those are actually relevant to our present life. We haven't gone far enough Vistani to get the deadly blade, and we are not a Sacred Fist, so it's got some stuff on there it really shouldn't have. But regardless, it's a decent item. It's got a good crit profile, it's got keen on there, and the critical multiplier is boosted, so even if it didn't have that cheaty extra stuff, it would be decent. What else do we have to show? I think that's about it for those gear changes. Feats, I took for the first Dragon Lord one, I took the only one that can't be duplicated in other ways. I think it's the tactics one, isn't it? Can we see it on here somewhere? Yeah, instinct. So 2 morale bonus, 2 tactical feat DCs. And I think as we go a little bit higher in the Dragon Lord cause, I think we get to take 3 of them, don't we? We get to add to that aura as well, so maybe that translates to 4 in the end. Second wind has come around as well for taking some fighter, so we've got that one nice boost up in heal if we have a bit of a oh crap moment, and the other 2, dodge and mobility, getting ready for taking whirlwind attack at 6. I think that's it for the feet side of things. Is there anything else I have missed? Oh, I added on the Skullduggery Cap Death Ward clickable that comes from one of the Saltmarsh quests, level 3 item. It's not a terrible item to wear, but for the 10 minutes of Death Ward, it's easily the best at its level. I think that is all. So let's go ahead and get stuck into some questing. We're going to have to go and pick them up because in my infinite wisdom I have not remembered to frequent the tavern. Shame on me, a dwarf who's socially anxious and doesn't go in the taverns. If you didn't see the previous episode, I was talking about the build and what we plan to do. The end build plans to have 20 or so points in the Duergar tree because that's kind of the theme. But I think for leveling purposes, as we're doing single weapon fighting and we're not going to get the strike through thing until 31, the two-handed speciality, I think we could look to do tier 5 Dragon Lord and tier 4 in Vistani plus Capstone. I think that could be quite a strong way to level. So a bit like my Barbarian, except we've got the Dragon Lord instead of what's it called, Frenzied Berserker, isn't it, which also has the 2 crit multiplier. So that's kind of the plan for the leveling. At the moment it doesn't matter what type of weapon I use as long as it's a dagger, but once we've taken the improved critical thing, I'm going to have to bear in mind that the standard daggers are piercing, not slashing, so I'm going to have to be mindful of that moving forward. Maybe stick to cookeries. Now, are we really wanting to do Reaper on? Crikey, let's give it a try. Level 4 and the quest is level 8. I think I might have bitten off more than I can chew here, but let's see. Now, if memory serves, this first part is easily the worst in here. Try and make use of our dragon's roar to subdue the opponents. Going with all guns blazing, full boost. Just try and survive. Okay, They hacked us to pieces, but we survived. And in the interval, we must make sure we restore full health. Oh, this is a bit slow, isn't it? Okay.
You are struck by the familiar aromas of pungent mushrooms and even more pungent trolls.
Yes, nice. Nice little trip. Oh, Reaperage. I think we still had the haste boost going for him just as well. To keep an eye on these shorter term buffs. Oh, the dragon raw, by the way, has a chance to restore these trance charges, so I need to get into the habit of using it a lot more than I am currently. And I've saved a crappy, well, I say crappy, it was the one we were using previously, the ethereal kukri. I've saved that for any fights with oozes and things which could otherwise damage our weapon quite badly. Okay, we'll take that. Now, one at a time, please, people. I tried to put him on the floor. Oh, it did work, it did work. Oh, that's not good. Come on, get up. Get on with it. I don't know what he's doing, but I'll take it. That's nice. So the roar at the moment is on quite a long cooldown, as you can see, 20 seconds, but the tier 5 enhancement does reduce that to 15, I think. Go away, Reaper. Trying to make use of our special things, Sunder and Trip, as well as the Raw when they come off cooldown. Don't think we're doing too bad at the moment. I never thought I'd say it in such a short quest. I would welcome a shrine to recharge our boosts. Where's Brian when we need him?
The stink of this underground storehouse is indescribable.
Nice, so the trip's working pretty well. What do we... Oh, Rapid Slash, as you can see, is doing nicely. What do we have for our... Oh, yeah, that's not bad, is it? 33, and I've got nothing boosting them on the gear at the moment. So we've got 36 and 33. That's not bad for the... I guess that's with the trance is boosting it, isn't it? Yeah, it's just worn off now, so that's a good reminder to me to refresh them. We've got 2 haste boosts left, so let's trigger one now. Let's try and raw these beggars. No, it didn't work for him. Nice, okay. I'm not going to take any credit for doing it under level, because as I mentioned already, that weapon we're using is kind of cheating, isn't it? So that's maybe balancing out some of the deficit we've got. Okay. I'm just a little bit worried that when it comes to trap areas, we might not be able to find the boxes. That is going to be a problem. I don't have any trappy things on my gear either. I did make sure I took the first level as rogue to try to benefit the most from that first level, the double skills. allocation. Come on. Ooh. That's not so clever, is it? Let's boost. We do have a Ruby of the Snow Peaks in our weapon, so occasionally we will get the odd CC. We could have used the gold cursed dagger from the salt marsh. That would have been fine too. Oh, hello, visitors. Right, is this where the trap is? I can't remember. No, I don't think it is it? I can tell I've not TR'd for ages. Oh yeah, I think it is. I think the trap is there in front of us. They looked mean, both champions. I think the raw was well used there. Right, so can we try and find a box, people? Oh, this doesn't look good, does it? We're not sensing it and we're not finding it. So either I'm going to end up looking stupid and there isn't a box to find, or, as I suspect, we're just not able to find it. So we're going to have to try to... That doesn't bode well for the future of this chain. Not at all. So you can see we regenerated a trance charge there. We were back on 5, having used one already. Ooze, let's swap the weapon. Oh, what did I trigger there by mistake? Two boosts. I completely pressed the wrong key. Now then, please don't get chewed up by this fire. Oh my god! Now, can we... Is there a trap box to be found on there? I wonder. Can we possibly disable this thing? Doesn't look like we can, does it? That was absolutely lethal, wasn't it? You can avoid being burned by it. I just must have been... Oof, okay. I'll take it. I don't know about you good folks, but to me there'll always be Canith essences. I don't think I'll make the conversion to magic essence. Canith essences and Canith crafting. Two down, 2 to go. Do like the enlarge animation, I must say. Just to reiterate, when you put more points in the higher enhancements for that enlarge thing, it starts lasting a lot longer, and eventually... Oh, I've just walked right through that, my god. eventually it doesn't even have a duration. It's until the next rest or until you die. So that's really handy. Just press it once and forget about it. Now then, trap is definitely here, and I'm sure I'm not going to be able to find the beggar. Oh, are you going to come through there, sir? Okay. How are we going to go about this? I wish I had the wings from the Chaos Mage past life to jump over this thing. We can take a jump potion, but I think we're going to get absolutely torched by this thing. Okay. First things first, deal with these guys. This is one example of something I saw recently. This is a tough old optional, and it would be fun to try and challenge, but it's absolutely derisory in terms of the extra experience it gives for significant extra risk. So of course I'm not going to bother, and that's the game in a nutshell. The with few exceptions, the optionals are really meagerly rewarded, and I would definitely like them to do so. I mean, if they made it so that it was a third or more of the quest reward going in there and doing that, I would have a go. I would welcome, it would keep things fresh. You would probably do less quests on overall on your way to the cap, but take longer doing them, doing all the optionals, and it would be more fun. But at the moment, as things stand, if your objective is to level, and obviously we're trying to get to the cap to assess how this build is shaping up, and I'm not going to do things that are going to make me take twice the time. Now, is this just lulling me into a false sense of security, or has that actually stopped? And is it just going to let me through? If so, that's some new information found. It did. So it had a little time to it. Duly noted. Thanks, game. Now here, I think I'm definitely going to make use of our invisibility, because I have a suspicion that breaking any of these things is going to result in more enemies to beat. It's not a suspicion, it's a fact, I think. Now at the moment, our Dragon Roar, you just saw it there. The opponents have a chance to break out of it on taking damage. I think it's a 20% chance each time they take damage. The max level version of the Roar doesn't have that chance as far as I'm aware. Now you look quite dangerous, so you're gonna get one of these. Oh, and the Reaper just resisted it. Crikey, this could be a death. Can we do I tried the heal from the... Oh, we didn't trigger it, but I'll try and do it now. The second wind it's called, isn't it? Lucky not to die there. I think there's a couple more in here. That's nice. Red crown on the floor. So you can see the raw works on all kinds of problematic targets like undead, plants and all that kind of thing. That's one of the reasons it's so, well, in my opinion, overpowered. I'll always use the argument that when you're a caster, you have to spend at least 1 feat, like to get Burst of Glacial, to get something that works on plants and undead. Otherwise, your Mass Hold and Colour Spray, they just laugh at it. So, and yet this thing gets a thing that's in their tree that works on everything, is on a reasonably short cooldown, and causes helpless to everything. And, if you didn't know, when you've triggered it, the helpless damage on the targets that you've hit is boosted afterwards. So incredibly strong. Now I can't invis again here because my ring only has one charge, so let's just I think we're just gonna YOLO down here. Oh no, we're not. No, we're not. We're gonna have to now because the weapon's gonna end up getting chewed up if we don't. They're fighting each other. That's helpful. There is a trap down here. I hope it doesn't hit us. The embarrassment. Roguey type and can't do anything with traps. Hopefully by the time we get together next time, I will have resolved that little issue. I prioritise the offensive power over our trapping skills at the moment. There we can see a bit our lack of AoE. Hopefully again, the next time we reconvene, we'll have resolved that with Whirlwind. But not too terrible. Right, now this last one, I think I'm right in saying this will be the worst one for not having the trap finding thing, because it's those things with all the acid on the floor, isn't it, or poison or whatever it is. And I think there's a little box to find in each one. Those shades are nasty, aren't they, as well, that come in those rooms. I think I need to save a haste boost for each one of those. We're doing okay on the weapon damage.
The silence hanging in the chill
As mentioned
air of this
before, we do have
mountain, broken only by
a
the
solution for
unedited
weapon damage
groans
as
of
well
the
in our
once forgotten
Duergar tree in the
sacrifices.
future. But only for, I didn't realise that, only for axes, picks and hammers no longer taking item damage, so that'll serve as well at the cap, but until the cap will still be subject to damage. That's good to know. I think he saved, and he probably saved because I had neglected to put our buffs on. Right, so yes, the boxes, if you didn't know, are just in front of these levers. Oh, happy days! I think, is this quest one level lower than some of them? We've been doing 8, haven't we? Yeah, this is a 7, so maybe we've just hit the. But if you didn't know, if you stand round the back of the things, you can avoid the stuff coming out anyway. But it's just nice not to have to face it. Okay. I should have dragon breathed the beggar. That was a bad mistake, especially as he was a crown. I think most of them are.
A cultist of Baal rushes at you, gesturing madly with his hand and raving in an infernal tongue.
I'll save the dragon breath for his lordship in the room here. Now then, can we... If we found one box, we should be able to find them all. No? Oh, don't do this to me. We do have a... I have put the dice down there. Does it... Is it not doing a roll or something? Or does it just do one roll and if you fail, you just don't find the box? I guess we're going to put my theory into practice here then. So we are charging up the boosts. Don't forget to dragon breath the beggar when he comes. Oh my god! So as was it the last one I did that ended in failure? Killed by misadventure. I can't remember, but they are quite nasty. I did try to dragon breath him, but it wasn't to be. Is there a shrine somewhere? I think there is a shrine somewhere, but I don't know exactly where it is. Let's just try the gibbers quickly and see if we can make it. I thought that maybe round here there might be a shrine. No, doesn't look like it. Where would it be then? I guess it must be round here, but we can't get out of here until we've triggered the shade, so that I guess that's it. Quest over. Sorry to end on a defeat, but I think you've seen we're on a reasonably good track. This isn't a reflection of the end build to be, because as I've mentioned, we've got some changes to make. For next time, I definitely need to do to get the AoE better with the whirlwind, and there was something else as well that I just mentioned that I've forgotten. Okay, so we end on a bit of a damp squib, but I was being a bit silly and doing it several levels underneath where I should have been, so there is that. Right, I will see you again at 6, at which point I hope to have a look. As mentioned, quite a bit of our tasty gear comes from this Night Brigade chain. I thought it would be nice to have a look at that and give it a little go, so I plan to do that around 6, see what we can do there. Until then, I'm going to lick my wounds and give this one another go. Thank you very much as always for looking, and I'll speak to you next time. Take care.